Well, our first guest has been on the show before, but it's been a number of years, and it's Max Rodriguez. He is the coordinator, founder, and I don't know what all of his titles are, but the Harlem Book Fair is his baby. So he is joining us to, I know they're having it kind of soon. It's not like impending, it's not happening next month, but it's happening in a few months. And we wanted to get him back on to talk about the Harlem Book Fair because I think he was on in 2020
Yeah, I
when we
remember that.
the first year we had the show. So over 600 guests later, he's back. So Max, welcome to Black Authors Matter TV. Oh, I should say welcome back.
Yeah,
And I
welcome
need to get
back.
you to unmute. Can you unmute your mic?
He's trying.
There
Yep,
you
I
go.
There
can.
he is.
Okay, there you
Hey,
go.
Glenn,
So
Dr. Rhonda, Dr.
hi
Rhonda.
Max,
Hello,
how are
good
you
to see you
doing?
again.
All right, good to see you both.
Yeah,
Thriving and surviving and doing everything we know we can do.
yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Good,
Well,
good, good. Thank you for inviting me again.
yeah, we like the little train that could, or now it's a big train. So
There
you
you
know,
go. There you go. Let's get it right now.
we
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
we're moving on. We're moving forward, and
We are.
um,
We all used to be little trains, and now, because of everybody who sort of follows what we're doing, and all of the
Right?
readers and the writers, we've gotten to be a little bit more than a little train. So that's good for all of us.
it is.
I think the people who don't believe in the little trains because it makes us work harder.
That's right. That's right.
Well, and plus, a lot of people can be a flash in the pan. That's easy. Being a flash in the pan is easy. You just,
Yes.
have some hype that lasts a few months and then you're gone. So it's a lot better to have longevity and consistency and
It is.
professionalism.
That's right. They say the winner is the last woman standing.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. So, Max, you're the founder of the Harlem Book Fair. It's your dream, your vision.
It is. It is.
And what year
I
is
get
this?
I get to
What
do
year is
my
this for you?
version. This is our 26th year.
Wow,
Oh,
you've
Our
okay.
been a
26th.
while.
Congratulations
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
yeah. So I get to do my version of my best possible life because, like y'all, I get to tell our stories, right? I get to hold a space, right, of our
Right.
stories being told, and there's nothing more important, than knowing who we are and having a vision for our future and having those platforms where we can share those visions, share those futures. So yeah, I'm having fun. People tell me I work too hard, but I say I don't work a day in my life. This is all creative work. It's play.
Yeah, you're doing what you love.
Yeah, I am. I really am. Thank you. Yeah,
Now, what
just like
made
you, both of
you?
you. Look at that
Well,
smile on your faces. Show what you got.
that is true. So, if you can think back to 26 years ago, what made you say, we need a Harlem Book Fair and I'm the one to do it?
So 26 years ago, 2 years before that, I founded QBR, the Black Book Review,
Yes.
and
Okay, yes.
our, our offices were downtown New York City in Soho. And I got a call from a gentleman up at in Harlem, the Upper Manhattan Empowerment Zone, and he said, "We're rebuilding Harlem economically. We're looking for businesses that are sustainable, that have proven themselves as sustainable businesses. We'd like to know if you'd like to move your business into Harlem." And I would consider that. And then he said, "And we'll pay you for it." And I said,
Hey.
Oh,
I think that's a yes. So when I moved the business up to Harlem, QBR, the Black Book Review, the first thing I noticed that there was no event in Harlem, the home of the Harlem Renaissance, that celebrated our books, our writers, our stories. So I began the Harlem Book Fair. It wasn't going to be named the Harlem Book Fair. There's a street in Harlem. It's called Strivers Row.
Yes, I've heard
mhm,
A
of
lot,
yes.
Stripes.
right? So a lot of limestone, townhouses. The elite of Black society lived in Strivers Row. Obviously, the name. We were going to call it the Strivers Row Book Fair. I thought that was a little too, cheechy. So I said, no, let's not do that. Not everybody's gonna is not gonna know what Strivers Row is, and it's not what we want to project. Certainly we are that, but we are much broader than that. This is about all of our voices, right?
Okay.
And so I said, let's call it the Harlem Book Fair. And it's resonated. And this is our 26th year.
Wow.
Well, so how many authors do you think that have come through the Harlem Book Fair? If you were to just guess a number.
Oh, let's see. How many grains of sand, stars in the sky?
Lot.
A lot. Over 26 years, you figure on average we have about 200 authors that come through the book fair
That's
or through the
wonderful.
weekend.
Okay.
So, whatever that number is, it's around that.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of participating in the Harlem Book Fair years ago. And I always said that when I came back to the East Coast, I wanted to do the event again. So but of course I came back during COVID.
uh, okay. Okay, good. So it's never too late. It's never too late, Doc.
Yes, I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she's on the East Coast. I'm not, but it would be great to be able to go and participate.
Yes.
What are your dates for this year?
It's the weekend of September 7th.
Okay, weekends.
Like
So
for
is it
you,
two
it may
days?
not. It's yeah, Friday and Saturday actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Friday there will be events, but the book fair itself will be Saturday.
I'm there. I'm there.
Okay,
Is it too
that's
late?
good. Well, seriously, let me know if you're coming because we'll create something for you.
Oh wow.
We'll
What
we'll give
well,
we'll
you know
stand
what?
you up.
I'm saying it publicly. I will be there September 7th. You said 6th and 7th?
That's right. Friday night, or it's our cocktail party kind of thing for authors.
Yeah.
That's Friday night, and then Saturday we get to work.
All right.
mhm,
Okay. I'm going to email you. I really want to come because, like I said, I remember when the first time I did it, when I wrote my first book, and just walking through the Harlem Book Fair on that Saturday and seeing the amount of authors there. I mean, from first time authors all the way up to experienced authors. So many independent publishers were there supporting their authors. And it
Right.
was a beautiful event. I mean, just seeing what you've been able to accomplish over the years and that people still want to come, they still think of the Harlem Book Fair as an institution. I mean, I think that says a lot about what you all have started.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Would love to have you there. Let me know. Let's connect, and we'll we'll put a halo around you.
Well, you know what? You could do a Black Authors Matter TV broadcast from there,
Oh
and
yeah,
we have to put our heads together and figure something out for that.
yes, that would be
That
amazing.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
If we
So
did a
can
live
I share
feed.
with you? Can I share with you the where we're going this
Yes,
year?
please
Yeah,
do.
So, I've always been of the mind that I wanted to build out the Harlem Book Fair to be a world-class book festival of the Black diaspora, right? So that when you turn the corner and you feel that energy, you're also hearing the music from Black countries around the world. You know, in my final picture, you turn the corner and you see the flag of nations.
Mm.
Mm.
So a first step towards that is we're going to have a for the first time a guest country
Wow.
as and that guest country will be Haiti, right?
Oh, wow.
So we're going to do that next year. It's going to be Jamaica and Nigeria. So,
So,
but so here's the point that
okay.
we want to present these books not just as singular authors, but as a Black cultural intelligence with with us with United States based authors as the host of these world countries,
Okay.
right?
Now,
So we are doing more along with I'm sorry, Gwen. Along with
no, go
selling
ahead.
books,
I'll
we're
keep my thought.
also, thank you. We're also presenting Black authors in the space of writing leadership, of cultural leadership globally. So it's more, it is a book fair, but it's about global we are, right? Global I am, which is one of our mottos, one of our taglines, global I am. We are global, but specific to Black writers here, we have leadership in that space. And all of our writers from this year will be the host for writers to come, for writers from countries around the world. So that's how we're building this out. It's going to be amazing because it's who we are. We're just, we tell stories, but we're going beyond the stories. We're talking about who we are as a people.
Mm.
First of
So,
all, that's amazing. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, because you had a
well,
question.
I wanted to know, is it still outside? Is it
It's
still
still
completely
outside,
outside?
still outside. Now, yeah, last year, we had a torrential rain and we had to find an indoor space quickly, and we did, and it was insane, but surprisingly, the responses that I got was Max, good job, nice pivoting. Yeah, we got rained out. Yeah, the crowds weren't there. It was short notice, all of that. But we see what this is. We'll see you next year. And
Well,
here we
that's
are.
great that you were able to pivot. I think many times that is usually what people appreciate. I mean, you can't be blamed for the rain, but you
No,
can be,
we don't control
but
that.
you can be commended for how you respond to something like that. And I think that that was great that you were able to respond so quickly, and still the authors were able to get something from it.
Yeah, yeah. I got to tell you, because we know this. That day I died. Okay, because that you know the stress of having something set
Yeah.
up, having many people, right, and then having to switch at the last moment. So it was a reincarnation for me, and actually, it was so challenging, and in that challenge, it brought us to this new vision for the book fair. So yes, it's going to be outside and it's going to be amazing, and we're going to be there, all of our glory, all of our spirit.
Well, my question was going back to the host, to the guest countries, which I think is an amazing addition. Are the countries like bringing their own authors in? So there's going to be like maybe a pavilion of Haitian authors.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
Oh,
wonderful.
wow. That
Is
that's
that
really
going to be a
creative
challenge
and
though? With the language barrier, do a lot of those Haitian authors write in English as well?
They do. They do. I mean, they speak Creole, they speak French as their first and second languages, and obviously English. There's a very large Haitian American community in the U.S., and they're being called to.
mhm. Did the
Yeah.
recent um revolutionary activity or coup or however in the Haiti, did did that impact what you were doing with the book fair and having your focus on Haiti?
Yeah, well, it did influence it because Haiti is projected as well. It has its projection, right, of poverty, of under education, and these are projections, but that's not all of Haiti. And if we're going to simply accept the projections, we have a history of being projected upon, right?
Yeah.
Or being projected about, and so we should have, a little wider vision than to only accept the projection about any particular people. In fact, in speaking to my contacts in Haiti, they tell me that is what's happening in Port-au-Prince is particular to Port-au-Prince. Haiti is shut down because the major airport isn't Port-au-Prince, so everything is shut down. But around the rest of the island remains tranquil, So,
Mm.
but that's not projected. So it does inform us because we want to project a more balanced truth about Haiti.
Yes.
But it hasn't impeded us in gathering the conversations around the book fair.
Well, that's great. And you are right. And the media is, if it bleeds, it leads. And so that's what they focus on. That's where
That's
they
good.
go. And a
Yeah,
lot of times that's all they show. That's it.
that's right.
Um,
That's right.
so you don't get the balance. So if people want to, if they're authors or other publishers who want to attend, are you still accepting vendors?
We are accepting vendors. We are accepting vendors until um, July, the end of July, until we get to capacity.
Okay.
And we're just over 60% of capacity.
Oh,
So
well, I better
Okay.
hurry up.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. As always, we never make sure we always make sure that price is not a barrier to participation. We make it very cost effective to participate. You're basically covering the cost of the rental of the tent, the tables and chairs. That's basically what's being paid for there. Because it's just important that there be a platform for us in a conversation of intellectual capital, right? Of vision, of Black future, and these stories. That's what they're all about. They talk about, some of them talk about our past, many talk about our stories today, and whether they're fiction or nonfiction, they're still our history, and they're still a statement about I am here, right? And I see. And that's what the book fair is. I think when you turn the corner, when you turn the corner of the book festival, the first thing you feel is all of that energy, you know. And that's I remember someone saying, he said, man, I'm in book heaven. And I said, yeah, that's that's right. You know.
Well,
So
times have.
so
No, I'm sorry. I didn't want to cut you off. I asked my question later.
no, you didn't.
Oh,
No,
okay.
you didn't.
Oh, okay.
No,
Well,
you
I was
didn't.
just going to say times have changed. I became an author in the early
Mm.
2000s, and there was a huge book boom of Black fiction at that time. And you could not walk down the streets of New York. I had gone to New York to for book signings a few times, and everywhere you went, there were vendors selling books. There were more bookstores back then. Have you seen the landscape of New York change as the years have gone by?
Well, yes, they have, between, economics, recession, um, COVID, just the impact of, of the economic impact on COVID. I don't think there's enough conversation about that. They say it, but they don't show the step by step why COVID has caused, the economic landscape that we see now. Right. So yeah, there were two bookstores thriving in Harlem. There were three. Now there's one. There were booksellers almost on every corner. Just you walk down the street and someone is selling books from a table. They're gone. It's changed, and the landscape for for bringing getting your book to an audience has changed dramatically. It just changed dramatically. You know, like we like to say, publish your book and then the work begins, right?
Yes.
Right.
You know, so, yeah. So finding that audience is tough. That's why work like yours, Rhonda, your show, Gwen, yours, you know, that's why these are important because we have so few outlets to reach our audiences with our stories. And it's not just that we're reaching our audience with our stories. These books are life affirming.
Yeah.
You know, they're self affirming. When I read them, I know I'm not alone. I know that what I'm going through is a shared experience, you
Mhm.
know, and it helps balance unconsciously. It helps balance my frustration or my despair, or they give me hope, a way out of no way kind of thing, you
Mhm.
know. So, it all matters. The landscape has changed, and it makes our work even more important. It makes the Harlem Book Fair an institution, and it makes Black Authors Matter an institution, a necessary institution. Mhm.
So I
Well,
did want to ask one more question about if an author wanted to attend and register as a vendor, they get, what do they get? They get the tent along with the table and the chairs.
They can choose between having just a table, so it's tiered, right? It's
Okay.
scaffolded by pricing, right?
Okay.
Starting, Frank, I thought it starts at $75. It's a low entry level. You can have just a table and chair anywhere from a tent to even have a shared tent, so you can split the cost.
Okay.
Um, yeah, this is not. What's important is that we be present, that we have the event, that we have this platform. It's not so, you know, the benefit to me is that this is all under my not-for-profit umbrella. So, so the financial losses get written off at the end of the year, whatever they may be. But, I'd rather keep the prices low than to make sure everything is paid up front and
yes.
charge more, to
Mhm.
have to do it. Because then that means that fewer people are going to come, you know.
Right. Right.
And what's most important is that when you turn that corner, everyone says, this is our Black vision.
Yeah, that I know that the feeling is it's the same when people come to our event and they walk in, they're like, wow. They didn't have any out of the National Black Book Festival. They didn't have
Yep.
any idea. A lot of people they hear about 2, 3 Black authors and they think that's it. But
Mhm.
now that people can self-publish and it's economically viable and reasonable, there are thousands upon thousands now, and people are made, but they don't get the exposure, so people don't know they exist, and hence the our show and what you do, they're so important. So
Mhm.
you had said you wanted to talk about, because we're getting short on time, you wanted to talk about QBR, or there was something you wanted to make sure you let the audience know about.
Thanks. So I'm asking. So if you don't know about QBR, the Black Book Review, we started that 28 years ago. It's been called the African American Book Review of Record by Martin Arnold, a cultural critic at the New York Times. It's where your book review can be read. It's one of those platforms like Black Authors Matters and the convention where your voice, your book can find an audience. The I don't know how we do this. So the book review is free to our readers, to Harlem Book Fair followers and QBR readers. It goes out every month to over 40,000 readers. So if you're reviewed in QBR, you at least know that many people are going to have access to your publication, to your title. So that's it. If you're interested in that, huh? how do we do this, Gwen?
Well, if there's a link, Rhonda will put it in the chat. If there's a website people need to go to,
Well, I put the Harlem
or
Book Fair link in the chat. I don't see, is there a separate link for QBR?
There is a separate link for QBR, but there is the link for the review option. I don't believe is on QBR. It's I'll make sure that it's on Harlem Book Fair. I'll make sure it's on the Harlem Book Fair site. Okay, I'll take care of that
okay.
next.
So
And
yeah, I
is
did put
QBR,
the
is it
link to the Harlem Book Fair in
okay.
the chat. And for anybody who is interested in signing up, I know you said you're at about 60% of capacity right now. The deadline is August 9th, is it?
That's right. That's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
That'll work.
Okay.
I say that'll work because we will be at capacity by that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said I better hurry up.
Yeah. Yeah. So when people how does someone get their book reviewed at QBR?
There'll be a link, and there's a form that asks for your book information. Um, you'll have to write a summary. You'll have to give me some book record, your ISBN number. You'll have to send a book in, or either a physical book or send it in as a PDF to an email to our reviews at QBR. And that's how we start the process. It's pretty simple and straightforward.
Do you read any type of book? Like let's say somebody wants to send in a poetry book, or somebody wants to send in a nonfiction, or even a fiction book. So is it everything, or do you have certain guidelines?
It's everything, all genres,
Okay.
all genres.
And is it date specific, year specific? Does it have to
It's
be
it's
published this
I you know
year? How
I've
does
been
it?
asked to be more date specific, but my idea is that for me, a new book is a book I've never read before.
There you
That's
go.
Okay. Well,
I said that,
that,
the book may have been out 10 years, but there's somebody who hasn't read it yet.
that's right. And if
and
it's a good book, we want to let people know about it. If it's
well,
something you should do, then let's talk about it.
that's
And
true
we also
because some
do,
of the best books are not
that's
new
right.
ones.
Oh, I had some of my favorites. All right, Gwen, and Rhonda, tell me right now your favorite book.
I don't
Oh,
have
God,
one
so
favorite
many.
because I don't I read too much. I read too much to give one. Somebody asked me that yesterday. I was doing a book club discussion of my novel, and they asked me who was my favorite author, and I told them I don't have a favorite author because I have favorite books that I've liked, and it's an accumulation. And an author may have one book that's just a smashing success. It's
Right.
wonderful, and then like they expend everything in that book, and then after that it drops off. So
We we call those one hit wonders.
okay, yeah. Well, sometimes they can have more than one hit, but it's like singers. After a while, all their stuff starts to sound alike.
Hmm.
So um, I don't
So
have a favorite author, and I don't even have one
I
favorite
have
book.
I
I
have
have
an
an
answer.
accumulation of books.
I have an answer for you, Gwen. When somebody asks you who your favorite author is, you got to say me.
See, I was thinking that, but I didn't want to sound all selfish and everything.
that's the right answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the end of our time. Unfortunately, I do want to let you know, Max, I'm going to be contacting you about a book project I'm doing, and
Nice.
I'll just leave it at that. But I'm going to be contacting you about
I'm
something
happy to
I'm
help,
working
Gwen.
on
I'm
for
happy to
for
help.
the second half of the year, and I'm just so glad to still see you around and you know
Thank you.
thriving, and you're still pursuing your passion and your vision and your mission. And it takes a
Until I
lot to
die.
be around for 26 years doing the same thing. That's real commitment.
Yeah, it's not commitment. It's like it's us, you know.
Yes.
It's our stories. Not only is us, but it's the best of our stories told in the best possible way. Where is the work in that?
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
that's a good
That's a love
statement to
for the
close on.
industry. Yes. A love for the culture. I love it.
Rhonda said that's a love story.
It is. It
Yeah.
And
is.
thank you. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Okay, Max, thanks again.
All right then.
And
All
we'll
right.
I'm sure you're gonna get some sign-ups from this interview because we do circulate, we boost all of our shows, and so they get several thousand views. So you'll get
Okay.
some
I'm happy
responses
to
and
talk to both of
reviews
you.
too.
All right. Absolutely. Thank you both
Okay.
for your work. Thank you both for
Okay,
your
well,
work.
Thank you for yours.
yeah.
Thank you. When authors say thank you for your work, I always say to them, but it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have any work to do. So there we go.
Yeah, this is it's great synergy.
All right, it is. Thank you both.
Okay,
Thank you.
take
You have a
care.
wonderful evening.
You too. I'll speak with you both soon.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.